In the shadow of crumbling homes and scorched fields, the Kursk region tells a story the world has barely heard. This was Russia, deep within its borders, until the front line moved and war arrived uninvited. In August, Ukrainian troops crossed into Russian territory in a surprise incursion that shattered any illusion of distance. Sudzha, a quiet town near the border, became the largest Ukrainian advance into Russia since World War II. The Kremlin called it liberation, Kyiv called that propaganda, and somewhere in between, thousands of people lost everything. Families fled with children wrapped in blankets and bags packed in minutes. They left behind photographs, unfinished meals, and the graves of those they could no longer bury. The Russian military claimed victory, but the silence from Moscow left many in Kursk feeling abandoned, trapped in a crisis where no one came to help. For 7 months, Ukrainian forces held territory in the region. The town of Sudzha turned into a war zone, its streets littered with mines, its buildings carved open by shell fire. Most residents had already fled, but some, like an uncle in Anastasia's family, stayed behind. Whether he died in the crossfire or disappeared in the chaos, no one knows. There was no funeral, only unanswered questions. Looting swept through the region, cars vanished, homes were emptied. No one could say whether it was Russian or Ukrainian forces. No one dared ask. The Russian government accused Ukraine of war crimes, but offered no proof. Independent outlets, meanwhile, reported the deaths of dozens of civilians and the disappearance of thousands. Moscow responded not with answers, but with defensiveness. When citizens begged for support, they were told to be grateful, as if hospitals, pensions, and roads could replace homes reduced to rubble. Refugees scattered across neighboring towns, many still unable to return. Some don't even know if they have a home left to return to. State media painted a picture of unity and resilience, but on the ground, the reality was colder. Promises from the Kremlin faded, aid came slowly, if at all, and the grief, the quiet, choking grief, settled in like winter. Yet amid the ruin, empathy survived. Some Kursk residents began to see themselves in the Ukrainians suffering under Russian occupation. Both sides, civilians, not soldiers, caught in the same machinery of war. Both sides losing homes, futures, and family to decisions made far above their heads. There were those who repeated the official narrative, thanking leadership for preventing an even worse war. But many others began to question what they were being told, began to see through the language of special operations and patriotic slogans. The Kursk region may have returned to Russian control on paper, but on the ground, drones still hover, sirens still wail, and fear still lingers. Over 2,000 people are still missing. Entire villages remain silent, whether out of trauma or loyalty, no one knows. Some speak of rebuilding, others of moving on, but most just want peace, a real quiet peace, not manufactured speeches or television promises. The war has left deep scars, scars not only on the land, but on truth itself. And while leaders argue over borders and blame, the people of Kursk, like millions before them, remain trapped between propaganda and survival.